That was me slamming the Tesla Cybertruck door as hard as I physically could.
Well, that is physically sad.
Do you realize Whistling Diesel, his job is to get views and attention?
Isn't that what you're trying to do? You're just, worse at it. And don't get me wrong, Whistling Diesel's content is obnoxious and annoying trash, but then again, so is yours. At least his has some production value and the budget to destroy a Cybertruck. Although, to be fair, the only budget you seem to need to destroy a Cybertruck is the budget to buy one. They seem to do a fine job falling apart all on their own.
Have you considered he's possibly abused the Cybertruck in ways most truck owners would not even be capable?
Yeah, absolutely, because, truck owners don't own Cybertrucks. Incels do. Because, if you're going to be a truck owner, you want a truck that does truck stuff, not whatever the fuck this is. Or this. Or falling apart like this. Now, I've beaten the shit out of a lot of old rusty trucks, and I've never had that happen.
Of course it's attached with glue. Do you realize how most cars are put together?
Yeah, with nuts and bolts. Then those annoying little plastic Christmas tree push pin things that always get mangled when you pry them out with a screwdriver. And then depending on how red your neck is, ample amounts of zip ties and duct tape. But, with the exception of headliners, all the vehicles I've taken apart, there hasn't been a whole lot of glue holding them together. Which is why most major manufacturers haven't had massive recalls for glue not holding their cars together.
The Cybertruck is strong. There's a giant Yeti cooler.
That's not a cooler. This is a cooler. And this is not a Yeti, because I don't spend that much money on coolers. But it's about the size of your giant Yeti cooler. This is another cooler that's also not a Yeti, but also still about the size of your giant Yeti cooler.
You couldn't do that to any normal truck, but the Cybertruck can take it. It can take a pounding better than me.
Jury might be out on that one, but what I do know is that I know it's disappointing that you spend your entire allowance on a Cybertruck payment, and that still hasn't helped you get a pounding or give a pounding to any other human being, even though you really thought that people would start thinking you were cool once you bought a Cybertruck. But no amount of throwing Yetis at your Cybertruck is going to make anybody think it's any cooler. So give it a rest, man. The Cybertruck sucks, even if it wasn't the fascist vehicle ever made, and no amount of slamming doors is going to make your swastika car any cooler.